I also remember reading that every single one of us has been a different race. We've been all the races, we've been all the traumas, we've been all everything, over this last age, 26,000 years, and that all of us are here now to get to this place of peace and harmony within ourselves so that we can transcend this duality stuff that's been happening for the last 26,000 years. And so, as a human race, all of us are going through whatever it is to get us to that place inside of this peace and harmony and the joy of who we really are. And like Jesus is teaching, the kingdom of heaven is within, and bring that heaven without from ourselves. And so we get past all of this with the mind taking over and let the heart just bring that kingdom.
Well, I do believe the wisdom circuit has to be intact. If we're operating strictly from heart and the rest of our processing systems aren't connected, we can make choices that without discernment, right? I know I did that for a long time. I know that I had an uncle that operated completely just from here, right? We have brain cells in our heart, we have brain cells in our gut, right? We have our intuition and our left and right brain and our eyes and our ears. Like there's so much information coming through that I truly believe that it has to be processed through the whole system for us to be truly in a space of love, right? Because if we're being in a space of love and we walk away with a story of distaste or, arrogance around helping someone, whatever that is, if we're walking away from that with a story, you're not really operating from love. That is all of it, right? That's our intuition and our knowings, and where we step into those places and we walk away without even a thought of having done anything. To me, that is pure love at work, right? Now, just out of personal experience, being caught in that heart space, right? Everybody would always say to me, oh, you're just always, chasing after the underdog, right? I invested a lot of energy, like running around, right? What effect did I really have other than looking like I was helping a lot of people, right? And I think when we can step into that place, we take ownership of exactly what is ours to do without ownership and without judgment and without the next thought being around about us, right?
Yeah.
And that wisdom circuit, right? We haven't been seeing that, but you go back in history and you can see the symbols that describe what I see in people's heads when that upper circuit connects, right? And as it drops down, it's an entire circuit that's as big and equally as important as our chakra system, right? And most teachings have us operating from one piece. It takes the whole thing.
Right.
Right? I mean, I trust my gut knowings probably more than any. Right? Because when
you've seen the triangle.
Yeah, like you can look in history or in any sort of symbology and you'll see the triangle with the eye in the apex of the triangle, right? What I see in people's heads is all three eyes coming into one eye, right? Kind of behind the eyes, connecting back into the left and right brain and the corpus callosum. The corpus callosum is the control room of all of our systems, right? So when we can understand that when we're really anchored in that space and we've got all information from our eyes, from our ears, it's funneling through our intuition, left and right brain, right? Connecting into our heart, those brain cells in our heart, connecting into those brain cells of our gut, we're going to have a very balanced, discerning choice-making process, right? When a piece of information rises up from my gut, works its way through the heart, comes up into the head, like boom. Choice is made by the time it gets here, right? When that's connected, you can be processing real time without having to go away and analyze information, right? And you're not going to be coming in second guessing yourself around situations. The wisdom circuit is a big deal, right? Play with it. Make sure it's connected, right? I have that videos on my on my YouTube a couple times.
Yeah.
Right? Pardon me?
What's it called? Wisdom Circuit?
Mhm.
No, I'll pop in there.
I'm gonna take a look.
Yeah.
Take a listen.
Well,
Yeah.
really, for us to have to be in integrity as individuals and to have justice in our world, we have to operate from the brain and the heart
Mhm.
together. And when we don't, most of the time we're accepting or perpetuating harm. And I actually just had this thought of how, like, in a way, the mind is like science in the world and the heart is like spirit. I mean, really, it's all spirit. It's all one thing. But when they're disconnected from each other in the world, we see a lot of harm happening
Mhm.
to the earth and just what things people are attached to.
Yeah.
So if we are going to have harmony and peace, we have to have justice. And if we're going to have justice or integrity, we have to think and feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And these religious ideas of forgiveness, like you said, Cherie, have perpetuated lies around that to keep, so that some people can have power, money, be allowed to continue to do harm. But the more each one of us wakes up to that and works on ourselves, because we're each a cell of this human body, the more we're gonna move toward peace and justice.
You're right. And, you know, right now, the last stage, right, was we've been in that space of this one Christed being, right? Right now, we're all here as Christed beings if we choose, right? So us being here today, it's not that we're any different than Jesus. We're here with that capability of full realization right here and right now, right? And the way it was given to me is, you know, before we had to have this person to follow, now we're each here as a cell of the collective Christ energy, right? So each and every one of us have the ability to be that realized, to be in the world and not of it. That is the sage, right? And if we're in the world and not of it, you know, we're going to be seeing the discrepancies and we're going to be calling them out and forcing things into truth, right?
I mean, it's really exciting that we have this circuit, like we have the capacity or ability to connect with what's true, whether we've read a book or talked to this pastor or took this trip to the mountains or not. Like, if we want to.
That circuit is
And-
there,
Yeah.
right? And really focusing on it and really focusing on keeping that connected and feeling that, really tuning inward to your process of information, right? I'm telling you, when I feel a thought rising out of my belly, hang on.
Really?
Yeah. Right. Because when it comes up out of my belly, it's working its way through its heart energy, you know, then it's coming up through my intuition and my left and right brain, and boom, a completely balanced thought. Right?
I mean, we had it when we
Completely
were
balanced
babies.
thought is going to help everyone that it touches.
Mm.
So is that like a feeling in your, like every once in a while, we talked about how waking up feeling uncomfortable. Sometimes it's a feeling in my gut that something's not right.
Yeah, definitely.
So then how do you,
So if I'm getting the feeling something's not right, I'm going to say, what do I need to see right now?
and
Rather than like, oh, like how do you know? You're going, wait, get curious. What is that? What words come with it? Right? What do I need to know right now? What piece of information is trying to rise? Like, I often get words when I have that feeling, right? Like it's like an instant knowing. It's like all systems are firing at once. And, you know.
And what I found is I'll get that answer and then I'll be like, well, that's not it.
Well,
But
yeah.
then it is, you know, but like if we've had experiences where we had to deny what we could feel deep down was true about something, you know, so then it's relearning how to relate to when you get those hits or the sign or whatever, or the word comes in, how to start believing.
Yeah, because most of the time we have to understand when those hits come through, right, man, I can look back through my life and those moments that I ignored that, I caused myself a lot of pain.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I knew it. And I knew I wasn't listening.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't blame anybody for that.